fart. I don't know what that noise was, but it was manly, wasn't it? Windle, thank you very much. 3 months! The fuck is wrong with you? Don't do that! But Nightbot makes a good point. If you are falling... Oh, oh, balls! No, 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 no! Fuck! Hey, what? Oh, who is it? There's the other, there's our replacement. It's atomification! We all wanted blood. The cherry is on the sundae. Repeat. The cherry is on the sundae. It's on the shelf. First. No, it's not. If I turn the handle clockwise, I can enter the door. By Jove, Watson, I've got it. Jesus. People are being too kind. Fuck off. Everybody's a prick. Do that? Fucking what? Grand stream? Well, you came at the wrong fucking place for one of those. Could take an eagle. You know those eagle screams you hear on TV where they're like, ee! Or whatever, ah! Or whatever fucking eagle noise. Ee! That's not an eagle. That's a red-tailed hawk. An eagle chirps like a goddamn pansy bird. Tweet, 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 I'm an eagle, ha, ha, tweet, 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 might as well be a fucking budgie. Owl though, an owl hoots, an owl goes, hoo, I'll fucking have ye. It's your boy Zoomy. I'm sorry, what? Ah, disconnect. Lovely stuff. Oh. I took one wrong turn, whoop-de-doop-de. Fucking Richard can't take a wrong turn. Oh, my body's full of venom. It's a big shame on me. Fuck off, Richard. I've been bitten by a giant snake. None of your business, how are you? And then hello.
How the devil are you?
Welcome in. Escape, welcome in. Thank you for the redeem that didn't quite work, but I fixed it. I fixed it. How the devil are you? It's been a week already, hasn't it? It's been a week. I mean, today. Today has been a week. Only today. I was going to stream on Friday, but I didn't. Because I was very, very tired. And I wanted my bed. I didn't go to bed. I just moaned that I was tired and wanted to go to bed. Where is this game? There it is. We're going to start this again. Full of pizza and vibing. Lovely. I had my eye on some pizzas in the supermarket, but I didn't get any. The shops, sorry. It's not a supermarket, it's the shops. But I did get garlic bread. And a chocolate-filled croissant. A croissante. You've eaten my croissante. Right, is this game? Hello? That one. There it is. Hello. Welcome to this game. It is called this. The Roottrees are dead. Let us start a new game. Let us delete this save. Sliced baguette. Sliced top with cheese. Oh, you need info. It was just plain garlic bread slices. I haven't eaten them either. I want them. It's the ones that's like from a baguette, but they're pre-sliced, so I don't have to fuck about and cook the whole thing.
The plane that crashed last night just outside of Pittsburgh is now known to have been the private jet of the Roottrees Corporation. Local aviation authorities have speculated based on the pilot's final communication.
Shut up, you frickin' news nerd.
Winds played a significant role in the crash. On board were multiple family members, including corporate president Carl Roottrees and
Carl Roottrees, remember him?
Roottrees sisters, best known for their fashion lines and modeling careers. There were no survivors. Again, for those of you just joining us,
SK, you are incorrect. A baguette is barely enough. If you got a full meal, I can eat a full baguette as well.
I know it's late, but I'm guessing you've seen the news. In addition to dealing with the grief, the Roottrees company...
Specs are barket. Bear with me.
Everything's about to change. Anyone proven to be a blood relative is about to get much richer. I'm here to ensure everyone is accounted for. I've heard you're an expert at sorting out complicated family trees. A genealogy genie, as it were.
As it were.
I'm going to give you a quick test. Pass, and I can promise you the job of a lifetime.
Right. We have to complete the family tree. Examine my evidence, search the internet for clues, fill in the names, fill in the occupations, fill in the photos. Sleuth mode. Engaged. Evidence. We have a photo. The Roottrees sisters got milk ad. So these folk are dead. And you have to figure out who's related to them so that they can get money or something, and there's a big mystery, and it's kind of Obra Dinn-y but less Obra Dinn. List of names. Here's all the names. And then you go to the computer and it tells you, thank you, here's how you do stuff. And you go to the internet and it makes a horrible noise that nobody remembers except me, because nobody's old enough to remember this shit. And then you could do the internet search and you could search for the Roottrees. Yeah, I did mean Roottrees, yeah. Oh, yes, I did mean that. And then you just search for them. Can I just highlight? You can just search that from there. You can. Okay, so Raina and got married to TMS, but Riley is the smart one and Rose is a middle child. So Raina, Rose, Riley. That's how it goes. So back to the evidence board. That's Raina. And then I forgot what it said. Rose. Who isn't there. So this one's Riley. You might think they're rich because they're models, but their dad is also president and their mom is a fashion mom. They do their modeling for the brand Root. I Roottry can't. And try to dress in plaid clothes like Riley does in most posters. So we got a photo there. Go back to the photo. So that's Riley there. We can go back to the evidence board. That's not Riley, that's Riley. Whoops. Someday I want to get my ears pierced like Rose. So we go back to the evidence. Who's got their ears pierced? That one. So that's Rose, and Rose is the middle one who doesn't have a name, which makes this one the eldest. And they're married to somebody called TMZ. TMS. Tommy Mark Sheridan. Go back to the evidence and you put Tommy. Nope. Sheridan. That one. And they're models. All of them. I just typed in model. Do what you're told. And then this one's called Rose, but I don't know. There's no Rose here. November Rootree, Margot Light Rootree, Lauren Jack, Gwendolyn, Elias. Jeez, why the fuck did that scare me? Welcome in, Joe. Why the fuck did I jump up my bones there?
First.
Well, congrats on the first. Right, who the fuck is Rose Rootree? Birth. If someone isn't on the list of names that you're doing a deeper dive on what you learn about them, will make okay model then. Okay, just model. Okay, then sisters. Okay, so Riley Rose is a middle child like me. So are you misspelling that? Ears pierced like Rose. Fucking no. So let's search for Root then. Clothing company Root. May have desecrated the hog ago to my knee earlier in unrepeatable ways. That's absolutely fine. Once you put a joke on out there, it's not mine anymore. I love the fact that a stupid fucking thing I said like that really went and everybody loved it. Or I say loved it, everybody was using it. This is the same one. Okay, so what was the dad's name again? Her name is Rose. Is there any name for roses? Rose names? Yeah. Roottrees family? Carl Roottrees. The Roottrees Candy Company. Candy Company. Root. Clothing. You've spied the Roottrees sisters looking hella fly on magazines, and you can now turn two can be like Riley, Rose, or Raina. And Raina appeared on almost all of them. There's only one webmaster considered a collector's item to mention. It seems that Brenda Roottrees, the Roottrees' mother, appeared on one cover holding her daughter Rose in 1985. The site says this was the only time her daughter was ever listed by her birth name, Carly Roottrees. Come on. Fucking come on. Detective. Carly. Booyah.
Sorry to test you, but I had to be sure you could use the internet. Some folks refuse to get with the times. Safe to say, you're hired. The reward for untangling the family tree is substantial. Life-changing, even. But here's the catch. The Roottrees go way, way back. The family tree's a bit daunting. Most people freak out the first time they see the whole thing. But I'm sure you'll be fine.
Okay, shadowy figure at the door.
The man who started it was particular about whom he considered family. For your purposes,
itchy nose.
His direct blood relatives. Anyone related only by marriage is optional, but filling them in can lead to useful discoveries. Lastly, you now have access to some unique websites, plus a list of notable Roottrees.
Do I need to give my ID to access them?
Are easy to find via your search engine, and marked with stars on the family tree. I'm off for now. Carl Roottrees had a lot in his office. I'll look for anything useful.
Fuck off!
Sorry, one last thing. This might sound odd. I'd appreciate you not mentioning I was here.
Sleuth mode activated. The company was found. Okay, before the person who hires you returns, every time you get 3 additional blood relatives in the family tree completely correct name, occupation, and portrait, they will be locked in. All non-blood relatives and small portraits are optional, but placing them in a tree helps remove extra names and photos. Is that it? Okay. So what other evidence do we have? Notable Roottrees: Carol Rootree, Elias and Gwyneth, Gwyn, Red, Jim, Lauren, Miracle Jr. An entry in the family tree that belongs to someone on the list will be marked. Notable Roottrees will be crossed out after verified and locked. This is an advertisement for... for 5 pieces aimed at kids. Magazine Teen Blast. I don't need that anymore. I might still need that, but whatever. Mentions the 5 pieces were named as the original creator had 5 children. The adults mentions that the current 5 flavours are not the same as back then. Right, wait for this. Numbers refer to how many clues are connected to a specific piece of evidence. The higher number, the more there is to find at the start. You just blah 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 blah. Cool. Words. Sure do like words. My parents died on a plane crash on December 6, 1998. The next evening, blah blah. After a quick test, blah blah blah. 6 more relatives. Okie doke. Okay, so I think this is Carol Rootree. I have no idea what a periodical is. Carol earned the right to Watchman of the Year title. Business Watch, okay. So, periodicals, Business Watch, search. Something's printing. There he is! Ah, we got him! Fuck you, buddy! Our board, that's him. That's Carl. Rootree, and he was a dickhead. CEO? Is that an option? Yes, it is. And was married to Brenda. Was it Brenda White? Oh, back to the computer. Yes. Back to the thing. Brenda. Come on, right. And then his dad's name was also Carol Rootree, I think. Okay, maybe not then. Root Company? Okay, no. Got milk. The Rootree Candy Company. President. He's not a CEO, he's a president. Is that an option? Oh, which president is he though? I'm going to say he's the latest one. Who else was on my list of people? Carol Rootree, Elias and Gwyneth Rootree. Okay, so there's a biography that Elias is created for inventing 5 pieces. Before that, the farm he inherited by marrying only by produced syrup. After 5 pieces became successful, Elias spent his time and energy on cementing his reputation as a family man. He is quoted on the site saying, "Blood is thicker than syrup. Any child linked by blood to me shall be linked by blood to my legacy." Made good, but offers no additional details. The Rootree legacy. The Rootree legacy. Fuck off. Bess Williams. That's not how databases work. You what? Oh, I've got to put the whole thing in, do I? Cool. Copy that. And then search that. Okay, well we got another wee bit of evidence there, so we'll look at that. That'll be Elias, that'll be Gwyn. 1909. That photo was I already got that. Well, let's search for her maiden name. That's the same shite. That's the same shite. Although they usually have one flavour that looks like berry, as tastes have changed, so have the five, but the shape in combination with the maple. There's a history of print advertising website that claims to have advertised scanned from the book The Sweet by Charles Lee. The book ends with a look into the future of candy, blah blah blah. Let me zoom in on this. Anything else to be clicked in here? No. G is for grape, E is for elderberry, CE is for cinnamon extract, M is for melon, and introducing M for miracle berry. I can't fucking speak today. It states that the flavour is inspired by their children. The order is grape, elderberry, cinnamon extract, melon, and the newest flavour. Hello, Kitty, welcome in. How the devil are you? Mars, Seb, Adam, Trippy, Kem, Kitty, obviously. Nerdmo, Joe Mama, Teus, Dr. Teus, Shan, Trippy again. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome the fuck in. You were playing a game that I can't remember the name of. The Longest Journey. I had to quit. I was lurking. In fact, I am still lurking, so I'm going to go and close that tab right now. Gerode, welcome in. There is an interaction on that game where you can touch things, but the hand in the game only has like 3 fingers. What's the deal with it? I hope you had a lovely stream. And if you're tired and have to go, that's absolutely fine, but you should leave the tab open as always. What's the deal with 3 fingers? We are playing the Roottrees Are Dead. And I'm just clicking around the room. This is a genealogy / mystery game where we have to solve this fucking family tree based on this evidence and with 90s internet.
Hello.
Hello, Lils, welcome in. How the devil are you? 90s internet.
Hello.
Thank you for that. And there's a duck. So, yeah. The Roottrees passed away in a a plane crash, and now I have to find out all about them. Man of the Year, 87. Ernie Jr. That's a name. Very cringe today. Fucking life noobs. So the internet in this is terrible as well, but I don't think I need any to provide my ID to search for any 18 plus websites. It doesn't tell you when he was bloody born. So we know he was the president, and we know that was his name. And these were his daughters, and they were engaged to that guy. And then we have to find out more. So these are the kids of this guy. So I think that's that guy, and that's the other one. I mean, no, founded. That's Gwyneth. That's Elias. So that's Gwyneth. Oh shit! What was her maiden name? Gwyneth Roottrees. Gwyneth Anderson. Spider search. It's the exact same page. This is an internet where there's like 3 pages on it. Copy that. Go to the family tree. Their name was this. Your phone has stopped working on Twitch. Fuck. Fucking unbelievable. Twitch is by all reports. Twitch has banned all the view bots, and so viewership on Twitch has declined massively. So Twitch is going down the shitter. Unrelated news, because those you've just popped in, and in my head, for some reason, I once said I was having jalapeno and cheddar crisps, and you said they sounded lush. Then I found that the same brand did chip shop curry crisps. I was just fucking thinking I had to tell you that there's chip shop curry crisps. There's some correlation in my head with Lil's and spicy crisps. That's Elias Roottrees. It's Taylor's. I think they're sneaking down south, but they are Scottish. They were Mackies, but they're now called Taylor's. I think he was the first president. What did you do, Gwyneth? Oh, that's wrong. She's a housewife. Pfft. Get a job, nerd. Choppers, welcome in. How the devil are you? Absolutely. So Taylor's do 2 kinds of crisps. They do crinkle cut and they do normal crisps. And I will say the crinkle cut are superior to the normal crisps. The texture of them is fucking lush. They're so crispy and oh. Hiya, duck. Hey up, duck. We're talking about the. I'm sure they have to sell them elsewhere. Let me Google this. Taylor's crisps, England. Where to buy? Currently available at the following retailers in Scotland. Boo. Boo. So you've got Blazing Barbecue. You've got haggis and cracked black pepper. Let's just bring up the fucking. Let's just Let's look at crisps together, okay? Where the fuck is that scene? Let's look at crisps. Crisps, I fucking love crisps. Where is this box? This one. Update complete. Nobody cares. That's the old chat box. I want rid of that. For now. Actually, no, bring that back because I don't have a replacement chat box in here. Right. Taylor's crisps. Shop our range. Right. No fucking cookies. Don't want cookies, I want crisps. Like, the chat needs to fuck off for now. Blazing barbecue, I haven't had. Okay. Haven't had. Haggis and cracked black pepper are fucking banging. They are wonderful, but they are seasonal, so they don't do them all year, which is very annoying, but they are lovely. I don't like the pickled onion because the best pickled onion in the world is pickled onion Monster Munch. I will be taking no criticisms at all. The sea salt one, they're really solid. This is what it is. Salt and vinegar. I don't think I've had that one. I have had... They've changed these. They've changed these. I'm gonna have to try these because these used to be salt and cider vinegar. And the first packet I ever had of them was incredibly mild and they were lovely and I could never get it again. I don't like cheese and onion. Again, I will be taking no criticisms. Chili cake. Never tried them. And Aberdeen Angus, they're... The best flavour like that is flame grilled steak, McCoy's. Right. Chip shop curry sauce is bang on perfect flavouring for chip shop curry sauce. They taste like crisps dipped in chip shop curry sauce. They do. Fiery pickled onion, not good for me. These ones, jalapeno and mature cheddar, oh, I love them so much. I just sit here and I eat them and I'm like, melt my fucking face off. They're so spicy. The first few crisps you have, you can taste the cheddar, you can taste the jalapeno, and it's spicy and it's nice. But the more you eat, you can taste less of it. But I don't care. Just, I'm sitting here, tears down my face, like, yes, hurt me, hurt me more, crisp daddy. I've never tried the buffalo wings. These are too sweet for me. I don't like cheese and onion. These are the ones I'm talking about. They're too vinegary. And these ones are decent. Not tried the popcorn. And these are new to me entirely. So I will be trying these when I find them. But they are only available in Scotland. So I might have to buy some and send them to people. And that concludes the crisp section of the stream. Well, there's a wee sign here saying don't forget. Okay. We'll put together a list of people. Pick a flavour and I will mail you crisps. I will post you some fucking crisps. If I know you're not in Scotland and you can't get access to them, for example, Scottish folk, go to the shops, get your own fucking crisps. Right. What's this? You don't have any portraits available to add to the family. Click on the evidence tab. Okay, he doesn't have a portrait. Okay, that's fine. Watchman of these. So there's another clue in here. Watchman of the Year. Roottrees can't, but rather than a clothing company, there's a brief before him. When Raina was born, Brenda retired to become a stay-at-home mother looking for a creative outlet. She spent her sewing machine. Raina's new clothes were a hit with other parents, including Carol's cousin, Jim Roottrees. You got a wee picture of Jim there. You fucking Jim and Diamond. Rolling on Down the City was barely a top 20 hit for a few weeks in 1979. Satirises how poor society was content to remain indifferent to economic inflation and civil unrest in the Middle East. Only the great-grandson of Elias Roottrees could make disco this sweet. It is credited to Peter Yanowicz from MMM. Modern monthly music. New periodical added. That's not what I clicked. Played host to many Roottrees advertising over the years for the flood results. Okay, well, Jim Roottrees then, you fucking... A reluctant hitmaker, Jim goes into his first band. Until Diamond and I were known as C&J and J&D. With my cousin and his ex. Clark never knew his father, so our grandpop insisted he spend time with my dad and me. As a result, Clark and I grew up like brothers. Diamond and Jane, on the other hand, are actually sisters, so the four of us had a sort of cutesy family band. So there's a Diamond and a Jane Roottrees as well. Sorry, if you're here for the crisp content, and crisp content is finished, unless anybody has to share some lovely crisps. Walkers are shite. McCoys are good for salt and vinegar and flame grilled steak. Hula hoops, barbecue beef, and salt and vinegar and ready salted are also fantastic. Doritos, I went off Doritos, something fierce, because I used to eat them so much, but I went to the dentist and got drilled once in my teeth. Nowhere else. And to me, the tooth dust, whatever was getting drilled the fuck out, tasted like Doritos, and I was put off forever. But I still eat them because I'm a fucking idiot. Catchy tunes. Diamond Roottrees. Okay, that doesn't exist. Jane Roottrees. No. Okay. Who the fuck is Jim then? Jim was a cousin. I'm afraid that clears up nothing. Diamond LaRue. Okay, that's not the name. James Roottrees is a singer who sings in the duo Jim and Diamond. His wife, Diamond LaRue, the duo, according to many sources, you find one-hit wonder due to... Although Jim writes the majority of songs, plays the guitar, and often sings, Diamond is considered by fans the band's lead singer. The Diamond Dazzlers. The rest of the music is more folksy. Jim and Diamond have continued to release through the 80s. Diamond Dazzlers. Cool things you got in the mail. One reply mentions that Jim and Diamond still send out Christmas cards every year to Diamond Dazzlers. It's accompanied by some pictures as well as some history about the fan club. Apparently, even though it is no longer available, Jim and Diamond still honour themselves personally. There's a fierce debate, blah blah blah. The card from it includes a picture of Jim and Diamond's young son Wolf, as well as a note about his daughter's band, the Floozies. That's Wolf, and it's got a band called the Floozies. The Floozies. All-female punk band operating out of New York City. They're mentioned in passing in an online review from earlier this year. Apparently they were the opening act for the band reviewer that actually came to see. Loud, fast and repetitive, but not in a good way. rumoured to be the children of other famous and didn't want it to be known, but the reviewer also mentioned that for an underground and unknown band with absolutely no following, the equipment was all extreme, and not only were they selling CDs, they would only cost $1. They were probably losing a fortune. The reviewer said although she bought a copy, she would be unlikely to ever listen except maybe Beef Baby, the 7th track. There is no picture of the Floozies performing live, but the cover from the CD they were selling, Conquistador, has been added to your evidence. Candy, Nikki, and Nina. Okay. Okay, so we got some more names for the tree, but I don't know where they go. They're supposed to be all sisters, right? And they're cousins. So is this them here? Would they be cousins to this guy? Let's forget them for now and go back to the evidence there, because we've got, let's check for Gwyn Roottrees. Beef Baby. All films are not available yet on VHS. The site is not very well organised and the search is broken, but you can get to individual pages from your search engine. Well-known actress who was active in the 1950s, she often appeared in tabloids, especially around the time of her highly publicised divorce. Her biggest role was in the minor hit movie Guys Like Us. She left Hollywood after the flop of Christmas Mission. She was widely circulated from behind the scenes. Did you know the granddaughter of Elias Roottrees? She shouldn't have been named Roottrees, but her father took her mother's famous name, which was quite rare at those days. Okay, so we've got more evidence, which is this one. Oh, what's the name? What's the actress's name? Fucking January Jones. She will be marked with a star. Okay. That's the wrong tree. So they are a granddaughter, which means they're here. And the husband took her name, so... Oh, her father took... Leslie Forlorn's Harrison Lane. The title is a play on words that can be read with the two women are men similar to other men, or that the men are fond of them. What? Oh, guys like us, or guys like us. I'm right, aren't I? They look exactly like fucking January Jones. Mad Men right there. Leslie Florence, do you pop up? Blah 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 blah. Okay, Harrison Lane. Blah 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 blah. Okay, so no. The Gwyn Roottrees. What about Christmas Mission then? If I know relevant information. Feel free, by the way, to hint on searches and stuff like that, because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Right, so they would be a granddaughter, and they are somewhere around this level. But did they have kids? So there's, first off, they're starred. So it's got to be one of these three. So how the fuck do I find out our parents' names? Divorce. Wild Bill Williams. They divorced before the birth of her second child. Fortune, which is said to be blah blah blah. He was also known for his good looks and officer, especially with bronze. He was married to bronze 4 times to 4 different. The famous that he even approached Marilyn Monroe at a party, and she was already aware of his reputation. Okay, so they had 2 kids. Split up. It's gotta be that one then. It's gotta be that one. So this is the January Jones. And that's Bill William. The Williams? No. Fucking just saw it though. Wild Bill Williams. Fuck you. Go in. Bill Williams. They were an actor. And they split up. And then they had kids. Get me some crisps, please, Mars. I'm gonna need some crisps. Wild Bill Williams. Bill Williams? Is his name William Williams? Did I get any more evidence about what he looked like? No. No. Don't think... No, they're not going to come up. That would have been cool Easter egg, though. Right. Married. Married. Okay, so that might not be that. Because they were married. But they did get split up, I guess, so... She's the granddaughter. I keep pushing the wrong button. Gwen... Roottrees. The granddaughter of Elias Roottrees, the founder of... She shouldn't have been named Roottrees, but her father took her mother's name, which was quite rare in those days. Okay. Back to here. So that's granddaughter is this level. And they had 2 kids. I keep pressing Shift Tab to open the internet in Steam rather than this internet. And then... divorce, children, child, (1950s) divorce. Wild Bill William women's divorce, kids, children. Fuck you, Wild Bill. Okay. Well, we're not going to add them right now. So who else have we got on the list of notable trees of red Roottrees? Jim Roottrees we've already found, I think. Aloysius. Is that how you say that? Hello, Brew, welcome in. Shut up. Was an appointed judge and politician who earned his nickname ironically because he had the ambassador to Ireland for only about 6 days. He served what some people contend is the shortest term in history. A few days after he was appointed, he was heard disparaging his position and the Irish people. He then tried to run for state senate He claimed to be related to the Roottrees candy company in a newspaper ad, but it came out that his last name was merely a coincidence. And he was defeated in a landslide. Because he's a red herring. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. He's not actually related. And it comes up with a herring as well. Wonderful. Miracle Jr. Miracle Jr. is a televangelist who's part of the Miracle Network. He used to have a show that aired on local access, many stations in the northeastern use, according to a website called Clergy Watch. Conspiracy to defraud the public in 1979, where he claimed to heal someone in a wheelchair. Revealed that it was his wife's sister Edith in disguise. Also had a checkered past but doesn't clarify. He's since lost. Okay, so he's called Miracle Jr. Literally called Miracle. His mother and father Elias and Gwyneth named him Miracle because they thought him impossible. He was younger than his brothers and sisters by over 14 years. The found child was nearly torn apart by countless hell, but still, with the power of God on his side, he persevered. He triumphed over these complications and even gained his sight spreading to the ear. Excuse me. 23 years later, Miracle Roottrees Jr. arrived and became the famous family's second vessel for the higher power. At 18, he unburdened himself from the Roottrees name and took his father's testimony to a whole new level via the blah 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 blah. Clergy Watch. That's the same shit. That was a brilliant mass. Where is he? There he is. Miracle Third. So this one is called, I don't know what the name is, sorry, what they are called, but they were called Miracle. And they had a kid who was called this bell end, and this bell end had that bell end. And they're called Miracle Jr. And you're called Miracle Third. And you are a pastor? Preacher? You're also a preacher. Come on. Booyah. Get away the fucking door.
You're on a roll. I'll try to keep that momentum going. Carl's office was a mess, thanks to some burst pipes. But I unearthed a photo from a 1970s Roottrees reunion. I also found some important-looking papers.
You could have given me this to begin with.
You've traced 9 blood relatives so far. I'll have more to
Okay, let's check the new evidence. Stephanie Jones. This doesn't show anything. Buzzin' Watch. Boom, boom, boom. That's fucking Ryan Reynolds' face. I should be reading these. Whoops. Right. This one. This was buried under a box of other mail that Carl left in his inbox. It had a handwritten note attached that seemed personal. It's a flyer about Canada, blah, blah, blah. Stephanie Jones. On the back is an excerpt from a newspaper from the Butler County Times. Stephanie may have grown up in an unconventional family, to say the least, but in her words, it is still full of love. And now, 22 years later, with a baby on her, Carol, I know we don't see eye to eye when it comes to the candy company, but if you could talk to your girls about putting a statement supporting Stephanie, she could use the publicity your daughters bring. Don't let our conflicts spread to the next generation. CM. Don't know who that is. I didn't actually pay attention to the door frame. I can't open the door again. I can only open it when somebody's there. Cool, you can split it up. Can I go in that room? No, can I turn on the TV? No. Right. We've got this. We've got this. We've already seen this. We've seen this. We've seen this. Seen that. Seen that. Seen that. Seen that. Seen that. Seen that. This photo has a note attached. Hello, welcome in.
How the devil are you?
Here's a bonus. When I pulled the water damage pictures of the free spirits out of the frame, this fell too. Couldn't make the union. Wishing you well from Paris. Gwen and the boys. This photo was tucked inside an envelope with a letter beneath a candle in the corner of his office. This says, to Carol and Brenda, I'm sorry you were unable to attend the funeral. It's tradition to have it as soon as possible, and Ernie, more than anyone else on earth, knew how busy your job could be. I've enclosed a Shiva candle, identical to ours, if you'd like to pay your respects, though it's not expected for those outside of the faith to do so. Ernie was a man full of love, and not only for his family, but for his family's legacy. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Much love, Debbie. Face, 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 face. We've been better, yeah. I say we've been better, like, it sounds like we're terrible again. We are better. Thank you very much. Except my wee fucking shite if his son won't go to his bloody bed. I was going to stream on Friday, I just did not feel like streaming on Friday. This photo has a note attached from your employer. Every 20 years or so, the Roottrees would hold a big reunion and recreate an old family photo. This is the one from the 70s, and Carl's the teenager in the middle. Sorry about the water damage. The pipe burst in Carl's office. On the back of the photo, a childish print writing, it says November. There are also a large number of cursive signatures. They include Bonnie, next president Guy Hudson, Ernie Jr., Caroline, Gwyneth M, Gwendolyn, Miracle Jr., Jim Rootree, Clark, Carl, and Eli M. Crisps and pork chops. Right. Lauren Rootree. Spider search. A Life Between Words. According to a website about famous authors, wait a minute, we'll go back to the tree. Go over here. That's that wee prick there. And then... Oh. Maybe? No. That is so fucking... That is January Jones. I'm sorry. When did this game come out? $2023. Fucking January Jones's face. Right. Fucking mustache and those specs. Oh, horrible. Right. Miracle third. Oh, no. Miracle third. Rootree third. Thought I typed that, but never mind. Miracle third Rootree. Miracle Junior Rootree. Miracle. It's a flyer on the tour, so we got that in the evidence. Where is it? This one. What's this? Nicole Roottrees? Fuck off. Miracle Jr. in his 68th year on God's earth. So what's that? 88. 1928. Does it matter when he was born? No, it doesn't. Okay, who did Miracle Jr. marry? Edith, his wife's Edith's sister. Just Edith Roottrees, then. Edith Roottrees? No. A checkered past, but doesn't clarify. Just, can we search just fucking Edith then? No. No. Like I said, please, you can offer hints or suggestions. I don't give a fuck. Okay, back to the table of evidence. Back to this. Jim Roottrees and Lauren Roottrees. Did we search Lauren? We did, but let's search them again. Known for her book, A Life Between Wars. Okay. That's not what I wanted. Lauren Roottrees. It seems you've hit this book occasionally taught in schools. You even find a hardcover edition for students that has full page, high quality pictures in it. A summary of the contents of the book has been added. Fuck me, this is giving a lot of evidence. Right. Below are notes and observations you made while skimming through Lauren Roottrees' diary pages, A Life Between Wars. Lauren Roottrees is on the notable... She's on the notable list. The book was published in 1965 and consists of... Sorry, itchy nose again. Ugh. From 1940 to 1965. Lauren's thoughts revolve around was the loss of her husband Jacob. Jacob died, blah blah blah. While Lauren was pregnant, this left her to raise her son Clark alone. So Jacob and Clark. Lauren never remarried, and by skimming the pages, you gleaned in full information. She was the granddaughter of Elias and Gwyneth on her father's side. Her mother's family was called the Cossels, but she hardly ever messaged them. Mentioned them. Imagine she didn't message them much either. Was the head lawyer for the Roottrees and helped write a legal document called the Clanced Trust. That's not how you spell it. That's not called Clanced, it's called Clanced. Fuck off. Clancy Edward Roottrees. Okay, back to the evidence. We'll go through this one bit at a time. It's clear from the context of internal shorthand names for different generations for family. 5 pieces, the first generations of children by Gwyneth and Elias. Lauren's father was in this generation. The next generation, Lauren's generation. The Free Spirits, the generation after Lauren's, including her son. Fuck me, there's loads in there. A diary entry titled Complaints, written in 1953. It seems that everyone has something to complain about. Gwen is an only child, complained of loneliness, and told her that being expected to watch after 3 younger brothers didn't feel like a blessing, but it felt on deaf ears. During the summer when I went to stay with her and Aunt Margot, I hoped she would be the sister I never had and that I'd do the same for her. Even tried to dye my hair blonde to fit in with the two of them. What a mess. And she just complained to her I was the lucky cousin. Blah, 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 blah. She gets to be in Starlight and tell tales of how the Gallivants around the world's kissing the likes of Harrison Lane, and so that's a cousin. So she's along here then. Somewhere. What was her dad's name? Clancy. Right. So if you go back to the evidence and this. Nope, not that. This. Clancy was the third child. Aha. Because they were named stupidly. So 1, 2, 3. Clancy. Don't have that, so his name was Clancy though. Clancy Edward, and then I think this is Gwyn. Where are you? Where the fuck? Is that her? No. Where's my evidence gone? All over the shop here. There. And that's Gwyn. No, that's not what they were called, was it? Fucking forgotten. No, Lauren. That's Lauren. I think that's Lauren. Lauren Roottrees. Yes. Lauren Roottrees. She married somebody called Jacob. I'm assuming Rafferty. And that's him. And then they had a child called Bellend. Clark. Don't have a picture of him. Now, what did she do for a living? Blah blah blah. She was cousins with Gwyn, and she got to kiss Wild Bill Williams. We already know who he is, but we can't fucking find him, so that's fine. Dynasty from Lawrence. It focuses on the day her grandfather Elias announced he would step down and the meeting did to. I wish I'd have been a fly on the wall. Clancy told me that everybody got quite heated. Grandad was furious none of his sons would take over as president, but that's what he gets for holding on to it so long. With architects, preachers and lawyers, nobody's got time for candy, so with the 5 pieces refusing to step up, it came down to its next gens. Pulp argued at length that the company should still stay with our branch since we still have the Roottrees name. I'm not sure Clancy would have even wanted it, but he's the one who volunteered. Instead it ended up going to Zach, even though his surname doesn't match the candy. He's the first son of the firstborn 5 pieces. I'm sure how that's relevant to run a company, but Grandad has always had a particular views when it comes to his bloodline. Angie's older than Zach, and I'm next oldest of us all, but he just laughed. It wouldn't go with Mother either, at least with Karen. Maybe they wanted it to go to the only member who looks like this samples the product. Lovely. Had given his wife and announced that Sam, an obscure relative, was to be included in family gatherings. Gwyneth had pushed to include Sam for quite some time. Blah 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 blah. Zach's office. Miracle's boys spent ages trying to unravel the mystery. Uncle Junior's wedding. Is anybody having any snacks, or did anybody have any delicious dinners, or playing some games, or wants to give me some engagement in the chat? Because I'm just reading this and I am fucking struggling. Lurkers get chatting. Clark's getting married and and Danielle isn't much older, so Danielle's something. playing Fortnite. You can't even goon in that game anymore. What the fuck's the point? Jacob and I got married at 16. Clark, like this free spirit. What else do you call it? Blah blah blah. It's because Pop forced Clancy to send him to the academy. The only one who has any discipline is Carl, but that's because Pop forced Clancy to send him to the academy. My first published book, Swashbuckle My Heart. Right, can we search that? No. Can we copy that? No. Can we just go and fucking look for it? Swashbuckle My Heart. That's what it was called. Oh, fuck off then. Wait, what else did we get? Fucking noids. This is the 5 pieces. Caption: this picture was famous in our house. Pop even had it framed. That's him on the left. It was taken in 1935 to celebrate the move to the new warehouse that Eli Jr. had designed. Angie and I both wanted to be in the picture, be in the photo since Miracle was in it, and the 3 of us were all about the same age. We were told only the 5 pieces, which really didn't go over well, to say the least. Eventually I supposed to stop the tantrums. They posed in front of the camera with Mr. Morden, who was there with Aunt Gwendolyn. I found out years later that they never even took a second photo. So that's Miracle, and that's fucking Carl, wherever. So that's Miracle, fucking Bell End Roottrees. And then this is that Bell End, and he's a lawyer. He's a fucking was he a preacher as well? I think he was a preacher. What were you then? Were you just a housewife? I see, just a housewife. That's fucking hard work. No. No, she was an author, idiot. This is very fucking Obra-Dinn, this bit. Booyah! Fuck off. Right. What else have we got in here? Boop, 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 beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop. This is the next generation. Caption: an attempt to recapture the spirit of the 5 people that our generation, for old time's sake, we gathered on the warehouse floor. I wanted Eli to stand all the way on the left, since he looked a lot like Pop did in the old one, but I was outvoted by my brothers. They insisted the 4 of us stand together, and so we clumped up in the middle and let everyone filter in behind and in front of us. The only one too good to make an appearance was Gwen. Grandma insisted we include Sam if we didn't want to. Even if we didn't want to. None of us did twice, including Sam. I also don't think it made it fair. Miracle made it since... I also didn't think it fair. Miracle made it in since he's technically a 5-piece. I guess my inner child still holds a grudge even after all these years. That's going to be Zach. Who the fuck are you? Yeah, freaking noids. Right. Do we have any of the starred ones left that we need to search for? Gem Roottrees. Okay. So we know what he looks like. One of these is starred. This one. This has got to be Jim. His name was Jim Rootree. Fucking James Rootree. Fuck off. Singer? Musician. No worries, Chad. I'm only kidding. Wait, who were you married to, Jim? Diamond LaRue. Diamond LaRue. And your face is that one. What am I getting cancelled for? For laughing at that guy. What were you then? Were you just a housewife? Rude. Right, we got Jim there. And then I think his kids... Diamond's young son Wolf, as well as a note about his daughter's band, the Floozies. I think the Wolf is the younger one, and is this wee shite. What's your job? Kid. This child on here. I say K-12, whatever the fuck that means, and then that's maybe his other kid. We don't know her name, do we? The Floozies. Conquistador. Beef baby. Candy, did you remember that, did you? Well remembered, Garrod. Fuck me. Candy Retreat, and you are a musician. Fuck it, another 3, come on.
You're listening to WRTD. It's time for your headlines. Once an hour, every hour, on the 45. It's a bizarre development to an already tragic tale. In the wake of the accident that took his life, some of Carl Roottree's belongings have apparently gone missing. Most notably, a framed photo of the Roottree family from the mid-1970s that Carl had on his office wall. We interviewed a local psychologist about who would do such a thing and why. For that article, search online for WRTD News. Again, that's WRTD.
Okie dokie. WRTD News is your local investigative jazz radio station. Wasn't a break-in, instead someone with a key to the office took the picture after discovering the pipes burst. This means it was likely someone close. The psychologist, however, goes on to posit the culprit had an alternate agenda, specifically because nobody in the family has came forward to say they have it in their positions. A comment below the article says, "Don't believe their lies. This is just another instance of the Rootree curse being real, true thing. I bet you Carl was murdered and the picture had evidence on it." There's a long, rambly conspiracy website with some very small, very red text on a black background that said the Roottrees are cursed. Has been very recently updated with the following. Important update. With Carl and Brenda and the girls, that makes 5 new deaths. Not only, but 3 of the 5 presidents was died mysteriously. They say Guy's car was hit by a drunk driver in 1982, but nobody was arrested. Then Ernie Madsen Jr. stepped down. Was he poisoned? Now, just this week, Carl died. This cannot be a coincidence. Ow. There's another entry that claims if you connect the dots in the pattern on the file, it creates a Mayan ruby skull, a secret message meant to subliminally scare people away. The post before that has a link to the site that talks about how Earth has 4 corners simultaneous. For the author of this site seems to agree. Faked proof that Ernie actually had a heart condition and wasn't pointed. The owner claims that although proof looks quite credible, he knows that the proof was fake because he's an expert at creating fake evidence. It seems that Operation RT29 is real. I witnessed a helicopter land on February 29th, 1996. All images and ideas by Thomas Overwood. Okay. Operation RT29. An ingredient that wasn't claimed that is a blah 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 blah. Okay. February 29, 1996. No. Okay, back to the tree then. Can we name anybody else? We know they had kids. With Wild Bill or whatever his fucking name was. Williams. Which is not going to be his real name, is it? He's going to have another name. Is that her there? Whatever, we've finished this piece of evidence. Right. Blah 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 blah. Clancid Trust. We forgot to search that. We did search that, but they. Cheeky little sausages and mash. I've never been a fan of sausage and mash. I like my sausage chopped up and put in pasta. But I don't like mash. I'm a weirdo. Everybody's like, mash is great, mash is great. Potato comes in better forms than mash. Sorry. You've got chips. You've got roasties. You've got fucking gnocchi. You've got, or gnocchi or whatever the fuck. You've got boiled ties. You've got baked ties. Top tie is a tie. Oh fuck! I can't even pick it. Tatty scone. Chips, tatty scone, baked, boiled, roast, wedges, fucking waffles. I mean, mash is way at the bottom. Mash is garbage. Mash. Why would you take a perfectly good potato and mash it? Huh? Each direct account is created from each blood relative at birth and first when the actual numbers have never been fluid, but due to the essentially impossible to get around due to the many checks, and there has been a few situations have tried to forcibly remove members with most details online are pretty still vague. The only information is from a university law school which apparently had a guest lecture talk about the Roottrees versus RR in 1994. No additional information. Okay, that tells us nothing though. Right, we know somebody's called Zach Roottrees, I think. Fuck off. Aunt Margot, so we've got a Margot as well. Fuck off. I don't really like fig rolls after I found out about the fig wasp. I don't want to ruin fig rolls for anybody else. Margot Roottrees. That's fucking somebody. Piss off. Where's Gwen? Fucking Margot. Margot Light Roottrees. Fucking margarine name. Okay, you're testing me, game. Clancy told me that Granddad was furious and blah 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 blah. Pop argued at length the company should stay within it, since we still have the Roottrees name. I'm not sure Clancy would have wanted, but he's the one who volunteered. Clancy's a brother then. Instead, it ended up going to Zach, even though the surname doesn't match the candy. He's the firstborn. It's not everyone. Supermarket figs are self-pollinating. That's what they want you to believe. That's the conspiracy right there. That's what they want you to believe. But granted, they could be making up the wasps as well. I mean, if anything, it's just a wee bit extra protein in your diet. Just eat them anyway. Angie's older than Zach, and I'm next oldest of all of us, but he just laughed. What? There's a Zach and there's an Angie and there's a Clancy. So let's check for Clancy Roottrees then. Come on! This game's taking a piss. Somewhere in here there's a Zach Roottrees. Or a Zach something. Sam. It's a lovely wee jazz in the background, a wee chill jazz. It's like a Shimmis stream, this. You learn that Elijah had given in to his wife and announced that Sam, an obscure relative, was to be included. In fact, Gwyneth had been pushing to include Sam for quite some time. Lauren writes, why Sam? I have many distant relatives I've never met. After all, Granny had sisters and Grandad had a brother or two, but I was told to trim their branches from the family tree. So why is Sam special? Nothing adds up. I'm not the only one to realise. Angie summoned all the next gens to a secret meeting in Zach's office. Gwyn's in Paris, but the rest of us, including Miracle's boys, spent ages trying to unravel the mystery. I didn't recognise Sam at Uncle Junior's wedding to Patsy last year. Uncle Junior. That's a cousin. You're a Miracle, so you're not Junior. So who's a Junior? So there has to be an Elias Junior then. Elias. So there is a Junior. Okay. I know there's a Junior. I don't know where the fuck he goes though. So, Elias Junior Roottrees. Fuck off! I know he exists. There we go. Butler County. Butler County Times. Okay, so periodicals and Roottrees. 5 pieces. Okay, that's house then. Fucking Junior. Elias. Watchman of the Year. She wrote some romance books. That's not what I fucking pasted. Watchman of the Year. Go back. Sorry, I'm reading this quietly because my throat's starting to get sore. Okay. I'll go back to spider search. Go back to fucking whatever this was called. The house. What was the house? Hunched-top house. Hunched-top. Fuck off. Roottrees. Elias Jr. Candy. Fucking waste of time. Pop shushed me and said it was Clancy swore he saw Sam working alongside farmhands, EC and John when he used to drive past the old Anderson farm. Well, who's John Anderson then? John Anderson. Working down on the farm. Who's EC? All three are on the books. Okay, so check the name list then. Check the list of names. Elias C. Roottrees. Okay, Elias C. Roottrees. Now. Where the fuck's Sam then? Sam Cattrall. No. Okay. These feel like dead ends. And the fact that they are dead ends. Beep beep boop. Okay. Back to this. Uncle Junior's wedding to Patsy at the reception. Complicated, so I don't know where Uncle Junior. Miracle's youngest, not my brother. So who the fuck is Eli? This is Eli. Eli. Elias C, because uncle is bugger. But for a multitude of reasons, but Eli certainly seems thrilled. At the end of the day, nothing explains why an outsider is cozy blooded stickers set up. Why is Grandad didn't make an exception now? Clark's getting married in my opinion, so he's marrying somebody called Danielle. Wait, did we fill that in? Danielle. Let's check. Clark Rafferty. These times. Least, okay, search for that. First song, he also mentioned that it was performed with Jim's cousin and Diamond's sister, and that was only somewhat similar to Jim's. So it's Jim's cousin. Yes, aha, he was a musician. Get fucked. Oh, we've got something there as well, a wee bit of evidence. because this guy's got a beard.
Life is life, love shall be. Me for you, and you for me. Someday will come, though, that this tree will be the
That one, I think.
what was we. With
And that's him there.
all paths diverge,
Can I shut this the fuck up?
would surge. One source behind old memories. But
Please, thanks. After a blazing fast 35-minute download. Have you seen the people, by the way, that people are declaring that the streaming wars are over and the winner is piracy? Right. This motherfucker had like 40 kids. So Clancy Edward Rootree. Clancy Rootree. Clancy Edward. Sorry, there's ads. I love that I'm sitting here so quietly and Brew is just stirring shit for those that can't actually see the video, see the stream. And they can see me chuckling in the corner now. I didn't actually catch that comment. I'm assuming you don't have an advert. Right, I know this dickhead's name is Elias, but he tells me fuck all about him. Get some fucking internet, dickhead. Right, back to the evidence. This fucking diary's got loads of evidence in it. And his sister appears to be doing a good job of raising her twins. Okay. Maybe this one? Nah, fuck. Yes, because this is the only other one. Fucking Zach? Bastard. Gotta be Zachariah Morden. Welcome back from the ads there. Zachariah Morden.
Fuck you.
I was saying incredibly witty things. And I did make very funny jokes about the streaming wars and If I search that, will I find anything? Is a television series in the Star Trek franchise. Of course. No. What's your favourite Star Trek spin-off? Or original? It could just be Zach Wilson, but why would you shorten Zach to Zach? No. Fuck off. Wild Bill Williams. Galaxy Quest. Do you mean with a former Coke enthusiast and grass? Fucking. What's his name? Tim Allen. This fucking search is rubbish. How can you not find fucking France? Fucking what? Okay, did I miss anything else in here? So we know somebody's called Margot. Margot Light or whatever. Clark. Starlet. New periodical added, Starlet. Oh, fucking wonderful. Gwyn. My grandfather constantly... My father decided to bless me with a famous name. There's nothing wrong with Cornwall, but Roottrees has power. My husband similarly goes by Wild Bill. It's an infamous name he repurposed for himself. But Wild, combined with the alliteration of Williams, is incredibly memorable. Although we've relocated to Paris, I know your readers love to keep up with my husband, so because Wild Bill and I have a child on the way, and we're sticking to Roottrees for the last name, not Williams, but we also plan to lean into alliteration. That's how we'll honour... Okay, so I'm fucking wasted time. Cornwall. Okay, so we know her dad's name, or whose name was Cornwall. Linus Cornwall. What a fucking nerd. And her name, mum's name was Margot Light. And they'll be in one of these photos that we got. This one. So I'm assuming they're blonde. Because... Yes. I'm going to assume it's you. And I am going to assume that very fucking nerd. That's you and that's you. Which may be incorrect. Mr. Morden, Aunt Gwendolyn. Come the fuck on. Okay, we're ripping that piss now. That's going to be the miracle dickhead with his kid. They're all dead. I need 3 more blood relatives. Was founded in 19... Okay, thank fuck I don't have to piss around with dates. Right, so back to the pictures. This. An attempt to recapture the spirit of the fight with our generation for old time's sake. We gathered on the warehouse floor. I wanted Eli to stand all the way on the left since he looked a lot like Pop did in the old one, but I was outvoted by my brothers. They insisted the 4 of us stand together, and so we clumped up in the middle and let everyone filter in behind and in front of us. The only one too good to make an appearance was Gwyn. Grandma insisted we included Sam, even if we didn't want to. None of us understood why including Sam. I also think it fair Miracle made it in, since he's technically a 5-piece. I guess my inner child still holds a grudge even after all this time. You Sam, because we've assumed Sam is a boy. This could also be Sam, and this could also be Sam, but I don't think that's not Sam. I think that's Zach. And that's the siblings of her. He looks most like the father, so he would be... What did she say? Eli. Eli Roottrees. Fuck's sake. Ah! Sorry. Like, either I have all the clues or I don't. There's still 5 clues to get about this. So SS, PR, P. No, okay, these are rubbish. So there's still clues from the 5 pieces, so look up that. So we got this book from periodicals. Didn't we? No, that was from the library. Charles Lee. And the book was called The Sweet History of Candy, Volume 2. Yes, we got the... What even is an elderberry anyway? Search for this... the fucking... No. Okay, so search for 5 pieces. No. I'd like it a lot more if all of the clues were there and I could happen upon them. This is done. I'm done with this piece of fucking evidence. Piss off. I read through the lyrics. Life is life and love shall be me for you and you for me someday. Blah, blah, blah. That this tree will be the last of it. Rivers rambling. Carve your name with me on a tree. No. Garbage. Right. GECEMM. Miracle Berry. So Miracle Baby. So this is the name of the kids, right? So we go to the fucking... That's CE for Class Edward, Margolite, Miracle. Unknown name, so they probably are called something starting with E, and that's something starting with G. Okay, I think I've got them the wrong way around. I think you are this bell end instead. And I think you are that one, and I think your name is Grace. I don't think your name is Grace at all. I think your name is Gwendolyn. And I think your name is Elias Jr. And if I could fucking find out who you were at all, if I could search for you, it would be wonderful, but I fucking can't. Okay. Back to the evidence. No. That's done. We found this. Yeah, cool. Wait, what? Fine. Couldn't make the union. Wishing you well from Paris. Gwyn and the boys. So that's got to be Gwyn's kids. And he is in film school. So he's a student. The Free Spirits. So that's Gwyn and that's her kids. So Gwyn's kids are... We might have to swap them around. But this dickhead and this dickhead. And also, that's her. Right, back to the evidence. Gwyn and the boys. Gwyn is, to me, a very Welsh sounding name. Carol and Brenda. Ernie. Ernie Roottrees. Oh, you're kidding me. This is the worst search engine in the world. Up until Ernie and I had to stay strong for Nicole's sake, we would never... Debbie. Debbie Roottrees? Nicole Roottrees. I have no idea who these fuckers are. We found out who these guys are, that's fine. Okay. Gwyneth M, Gwendolyn, Miracle Jim Roottrees, Clark, and Eli M. Bonnie. Next president's Guy Hudson. Okay, so let's start Guy Hudson. Fancy Flavors was an addition to the 5-piece product line for less than a year in 1979. Just taking on some refreshment there. Guy looked at his own wealth, which was a source of envy for others, and decided to tap into the idea that if they added fancy flavours to 5 pieces, anyone could live like the wealthy. The philosophy led to a flavour in 5 pieces that was meant to mimic caviar. Ugh. 5 pieces sold less than a year than it had any other, except for in some foreign markets. It was very quickly announced that caviar was meant to be a limited flavour and would go back to normal as soon as possible. So who the fuck was Guy Hudson, other than President? So he must have come after Zach. That serves me no good because I have no idea who the fuck he is. Ernie Jr. Um, 1996. Illness. That's not how you spell illness. Yeah. Okay. So who the fuck is Ernie? And how could he be a junior? So somebody must be called Ernie Roottrees for there to be a junior. No?
Fucking don't exist.
Right. It says November. Okay. Okay, so there's still one clue here. She's the granddaughter of Elias and Gwyneth on her father's side. Yes, her mother's family was called the Cossels, but she hardly ever mentions them. It's Sarah Cossel. There we go. Hey. Sarah Cossel. Did I spell it right? Yes, I did. Okay, her father, she always referred to as Pop, was the head lawyer for the 5 pieces, the next generation, the Free Spirits. Okay, so Jacob. Okay. Complaints from Learned, written in 1953. There's 2 clues here that we're missing. Again, if anybody spots anything, please do fucking tell me. Gwen, we know who Gwen is. Aunt Margot, we know who fucking Aunt Margot is, but be damned. She was blonde. Fucking got that. Was Aunt Margot a housewife? Now she's off living the glamour while I'm stuck here with Clark. Seeing her everywhere contributes to my unhappiness. Her visage stares at me. She used to be in Starlet and tells tale of how she goes around the world kissing the likes of Harrison Lane and Wild Bill Williams. She's the first to be anything other than a housewife. Okay, so fucking almost right about the housewife stuff. All the women were housewives. Which is bullshit. Means these are wrong. You would have had to be president or something. No, you weren't president. Because you didn't want to be a president. Go back to the evidence. This. E stands for elderberry. So what the fuck did you... What were you then? Elias Jr., you prick. Why is there nothing on this arse piece? Okay, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Carl Roottrees in 1987. It's not, I can't search for it, it's not there. $1936. I think I've already got that. That's... Have I? Stuff. There we go. A bit more evidence. Look at this fucking bell end. Blonde moustache. Everybody will be able to see the gravy in it. And it served no purpose whatsoever for us getting this. Okay, wait. Elias has a daughter, the first of 5 children, 4 more to follow. There we go. Elias invents 5 pieces. Each of the 5 flavors is chosen based on the initials of his 5. 5 pieces are first sold in Pittsburgh. 5 pieces are rolled out in all of New England. The new recipe and flavor is finalized. The candy becomes nationwide distribution. Purchases every available maple farm in Pennsylvania. With the help of his son, Elias Roottrees Jr.'s architect firm. Fucking architect. What a prick. Booyah.
So, you may have heard the news. Some of Carl's things have gone missing. That includes the pictures and mail I brought you earlier. I promise I
A likely fucking deal.
But I did borrow it. I'll return it once we're done. Let me deal with my family in the meantime. Oh, I guess that means I've officially confessed. I'm a Roottrees. I assure you I have a reasonable explanation for the secrecy. I'm about to do something big the family doesn't approve of.
Take a big shite.
If you could just wait a little bit longer, I'll tell you more. In person. I'll return after 15 more.
How do they know? How do they know I'm filling in all these relatives? Huh? There's also a what next section that claims that Elias is going to pivot the insurance in his company's legacy and that the Roottrees Candy Company remains a family business he plans to do with the Clancid Trust. What other evidence did we get there? A phone call. This more clues can attach to that. So, can we now search Gwendolyn fucking Roottries? Gwendolyn Roottries. Fuck you. Gwendolyn, like Gwendoline. Elias Jr. Elias Roottries Jr. Hunched-top house. Periodicals. Nope. Hunched-top house. Nope. Just mentions he was the oldest son. Okay, Gwyn. Wild Bill. Okay. Fucking Walter Forsythe, you piece of shit. Old Wally Forsythe. Old Wally Forsythe, eh? Get fucked. Found out who you are, prick. Can't hide from me. Get doxed, prick. Gwen arguing in public while she was holding a baby invisibly not long after. What was his bell end name? Walter Forsythe. Bruce Throckmorton. Gal in the gang. Gotta search for Bruce Throckmorton. It doesn't seem related to the Roottrees. Okay, well, at least we fucking. Throckmorton's a great name. If I ever have a nom de plume, that is going to be involved. Thad Throckmorton. Right, Walter Forsythe. So does that mean these kids are named Forsythe? No. So they're still Roottrees. And one of them's in film school. Okay. Fucking hell, Mars. Just it's even better. It was a fucking spelling mistake. Oh, please, my father was Mr. Just a Gay. Call me Throckmorton. Miracle Rootree Jr. has a wife called Edith. Did I not just search him? No. That sounds like a really, really bad American sitcom. Hey, we've just moved into the neighborhood. We're the Just a Gays. Say what? Canned laughter. Applause. Family who bake people into pies. Is that a thing? Do people do that? Clark Rafferty. Let's search for him, because we've not done that. Clark Rafferty. Okay, but he got divorced like twice. Okay, let's have a look then. Let us have a Skekaroo, because there's these guys as well that we still haven't identified. So we should identify them. And we know somebody's called Zachariah. Did you marry somebody called Morden then? Gwendolyn Morden. Caroline, James, Zachariah Morden. So I think Zach Morden was... Morden? Zachariah Morden? Why am I speaking like that? I don't know. Gwendolyn Morden? Fuck off! Let's look in our periodicals then. Morden. Nope. Haha, Zach Morden, son of James and Gwendolyn Morden, and grandson of Elias Rootree. There we go. James Morden. Elias entrusted me with carrying on his legacy, and that's what I plan to do. Along our chocolate maple products are selling incredibly well, we will not be making changes. He was the second president. And he was this guy. And then we've got a different Morden. I guess Gwendolyn Morden? Gwendolyn Morden? Nope. 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 And that's Zach. Okay. I did see it somewhere though that they were related to Gwendolyn Morden. Gwendolyn Morden. No, not on that one apparently. Probably in one of the foes. Fuck. There. Dark hair, so I think this is Gwendolyn. I've no idea who this is though. And that was... Is that one locked in? Yeah, that's locked in. So that means he is this wee prick. Bobson Dugnut. So I'm going to say you are Gwendolyn because you are a dark hair and so are you. Are you a housewife? Everybody's a fucking housewife. Maybe. You were president. Who the fuck did... Right. I think I need to find more periodicals. Can I just search for periodical? No. So who's Sam then? So these are Lauren's brothers here. Who is the oldest brother? Fuck off with the ads, Twitch. With architects, preachers and lawyers, nobody's got time for candy. Since we still have the retreat, I'm not sure Clancy would have wanted it, but he's the one who volunteered. You've got Clancy. Clancy Roottrees? And is he the eldest, or is he the one who looks like his dad? I've seen he's the eldest because he's the tallest. That's not necessarily the case. You're definitely the youngest though, you wee fucking bumhole. Where are you? You. Then does it go... Wait. Back to this. Back over here. Back to this. I wanted Eli to stand all the way on the left, since it looked to me like Pop did in the old one. Ha ha ha, ha ha ha, ha ha ha, which means you are Eli. But which Eli? Elias M. Fuck you. Elias M. You waste of fucking space. And then that makes you this specky gobshite with the shite mustache. I think. You're Elias and you're somebody else. Okay, so back to the diary then. Wait a minute, what's this one again? Stephanie Jones. Be sure to read the full article in the Butler County Times. Stephanie Jones. That's not how you spelled Stephanie. Stephanie Landon and her local has lived in Butler. Stephanie grew up in a home without a father. With my mother and her partner, I essentially had an entirely female influence. Although she is a distant cousin of the Roottrees, her mother Caroline, a local artist who has appeared on the front page of the Butler County Times in the past, has often come out opposed to the corporation's policies. Caroline Jones. Okay, back to the periodicals with that. No, of course not. Gotta check them all. Stephanie Jones. Stephanie Landon. I'm an idiot. Caroline. No. Back to here though, and back there. Search that. No, fuck's sake. Ah well. Looking at the time, I am going to have to head off anyway. Everybody remember where we were? And let's also look up Bobson Dugnut. He's not in there. Sorry. Not bad for a first bash. We've got 18 out of 33. And we've got the makings of everybody else. And it is 20 to 10 on the clock in here. One of you has something in here that I want to get. Right, save and quit. And thank you very much, everybody, for popping in. Thank you very much for the raid, Katie. Thank you very much for everybody being here. And yeah, good times. Who the fuck is on? Who the fuck is on? Don't speak, don't speak, don't speak. Yeah. Thank you for being here, Gerald. Have yourself a wonderful week. I hope I am back on Friday, but we'll see if I'm still tired or not. Have yourself a wonderful week. Have snacks. Have healthy food. Eat crisps. Eat chips. Have a good time. And I'll see you on Friday, hopefully. Ciao.